One of my all-time favorite learning apps is Book Creator, and many times I use Book Creator with students to have students creating content to show me what they know. However, another way I love to use Book Creator is to actually create my own content so that students can learn and access lesson curriculum through Book Creator books. And I'll show you just an example of how I've done this and a couple other ways that you can use some of the resources in Book Creator to teach your students essentially. So here's a book that I created on Google Docs citations, and I this was a lesson I taught to fifth grade, showing them how to use Google Docs and the citation guide, and how to cite works in Google Docs. You'll see by this little globe that this is published online, and what that means is I can grab a link to this book and I can put it anywhere. I can put it in Google Classroom. I can put it in whatever LMS on Clever, and students will be able to click that link and read the book. So I'm just going to show you how I designed this. Here's my cover, very simple. But when I go to page one, you'll see that I have text that students can read, but I also have used my plus button here to record myself reading this text. So not only can students read it, but they can listen to it as well. So as you can see, students can access this in more than one way. And when I'm ready, after I've created my book, I just have to go here to the play button. And then I click the share button, and it will give me the option to publish it online. And that's where I get the link to put on my LMS or in Clever or wherever I want my students to be able to grab that book. Now, I want to go back and just show you too, because you can create your own books. But if you go to the Discover area of Book Creator, and scroll down, you can also see examples that are created by other students. These are really cool too, to allow your students to be able to see other student work, to access curriculum and whatever content you're reading. It's broken down by kindergarten and elementary, middle school, high, and then higher education. So you can actually click here if you were teaching weather, and you could read this with your students or share it out with your students, as a way to kind of have them access other student work on content. And many of these include pictures, audio, the student reading the book. Very, very, very cool resource. The other thing I want to point out, let me go back here. When students access this book, so let's say I want to read this book and I go to my play button here. The students can also have the book read to them. So this is not going to be me reading the book. It's going to be a default voice. Citation guide. So students can actually control too, how the voice is read to them, and how that's actually the speed at which it's played. So that's kind of one of the things that is also wonderful about Book Creator, is that students can kind of control what that looks like when it's read back to them. So when we put the technology in the hands of students, and allow them to kind of customize how they hear and see information, such as Book Creator, looking at other students' work, it's just another way to get the information to our students.